Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo. Today we're doing the Bonobo enclosure. As you can see, I accidentally did the barrier without recording. So I apologize for that. I just completely didn't realize. So I did the Gabion barrier still. Added in a little bit of water so that they have some water in there. As you guys know, I like having a standing water source rather than just a water pipe or something in the middle, So I think it looks better this way. Um, but yeah. So the bonobos, it was a fairly simple enclosure. It was a fun enclosure to build, but it was fairly simple. Yeah. I don't know. This was a weird enclosure to build, to be honest. I immediately did not know what to do. I didn't know where to start. I was like, whatever. So I do expand it a little bit because they needed more space. Um, Initially, I believe it was larger, and I deleted it because I wanted more space for the gorillas because they're going to be next. So I made it smaller, and then I ended up, I guess, making it too small. So, oh, my fucking kneecap, Jesus. But I'm like, okay, that should be enough space. Boom, it is. Cool. Awesome. And then we go and do the hard shelter, which I believe I still do like the mossy rock as the hard shelter. Oh, I guess we're doing the terrain first. So I just did some soil around the water like I normally do. And I just did some more long grass because they actually wanted a decent amount of long grass compared to the short grass. So, but yeah, so I go to the mossy rock and I just make this little structure. Basically, I don't know. You'll see right here. I have that back layer of rocks. I have that little front layer, and then I kind of just have the roof of the like rock formation go up a little bit onto the top of those front rocks. I think it looks pretty good. Nothing crazy. A quick little build, big enough hard shelter for them. So I was like, cool, whatever. So did that real quick, just a super quick hard shelter again. I didn't want to take too much time on the hard shelter just because I didn't know what to do, and because this mossy rock theme is probably what I'm going to do for the rest of them. The rest of the primates, at least. So give them some food, some enrichment items, and then we'll focus on climbing. I do got to say, I like what I did with the... Oh, sorry. I do like what I did with the climbing stuff. I think that all came out really cool. But yeah, so adding in a couple bits of enrichment here and there, nothing crazy. Just throwing enrichment wherever I think it should go. Just to make sure they're happy, which they actually needed quite a bit in toy enrichment. I was surprised. I had to do one of each toy enrichment. So initially I started by building this very little structure. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest, because I was legit going to stop on this little structure and just add trees. This little structure was nowhere near enough, but we do make it way better, as you guys will see soon. But, yeah, so I was just going to do a very basic, have like a little ramp, a little platform up top, things like that. It was going to be a very basic and standard climbing structure, but it wasn't enough, and then I got this idea on accident to put the climbing structure in the trees, and I was like, that's kind of sick. So I kind of just built off that, and that ended up being like the whole enclosure. So, but yeah, it was going to be literally just this. It was going to be a very simple climbing structure, just so they had something to climb on. I'm now realizing too I should probably add a support there so that doesn't look like it's just fucking floating. I didn't think about that actually. But so right here, I was just kind of thinking about how can I do. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about how can I do something different, kind of crazy, kind of tall, you know. And this kind of came up into my head. Was something like this, then I was gonna do a bridge all the way across the water type of thing. That was just the general idea I had, okay? But then I was like, okay, hold on. Let's go look at what plants they need. So, you know, I'm just putting a couple down, doing my thing that we normally do. And then I see these. And I'm like, wait, I could put these on top of on a part of the climbing structure. So I do that, as you see here. And I think it came out really good. I think it came out really, really good. I'm very happy with the climbing structure for the bonobos, and I will most likely be using this system for the chimpanzees because it makes it feel a little more natural and just cool, you know? I couldn't turn on climbing for any of these trees. Like, it just wasn't an option, so that did suck. But I think it looks great. Sorry. But yeah, so I was trying to do something with these vines too. You'll see it right here. I ended up deleting them because it just didn't look good, and I don't know if they can climb them. I don't know what they can and can't climb. It seems very 50-50 on what they can climb. So, but I did this thinking it would be cool, and then I was like, wow, that looks very unnatural. That vine would never just float like this, so I just deleted it. It was a whole waste of time. Which is fine, because at least I was trying to do something I haven't done before. But it looked fucking terrible. It looked so bad. But after that, I was like, okay, whatever. We'll just do some stuff with the platforms and go from there. But yeah, so see, I mean, I did that thinking like, hey, that looks kind of good up close. No, it looks terrible. So I said, fuck it, we'll scrap that idea. We'll focus on these platforms. We'll make this a little bit bigger for them. So I add a couple more platforms around this tree just because I'm like, hey, it's cool to have like a platform like that around the tree, whatever, that looks dope. Do that, I'm like, okay, I'm liking the way it looks. That way too, it's like, hey, it looks like the tree's supporting all that stuff. It looks a whole more natural. But again, I do have to go and add that support to that bottom structure. But I was like, okay, let me make a way up for them right here. And then I'm like, okay, we'll do a thing halfway down, as you can see there, and then I'll do another wood ramp to the bridge. That looks good, you know? I still think that looks good. That looks great. Do that. Add a couple of these logs so that they can climb straight up. Because there's 6-meter logs, which I did not know somehow. Somehow I did not notice that there were 6-meter logs this whole time. But I add that. Like, okay, that looks good. Then I add this one here just so it doesn't look like this is floating in the middle. You know, it looks a little bit better that way. And then I take a bridge from this little wood one over to the other tree. Just to kind of give them some more space to do their thing. And I mean, I really enjoy the way it looks. I think the entire climbing little thing they got going here looks great. Add that, add another way for them to get up and down. Boom, call it a day. You know? Oh, I do add a tree and stuff too. You'll see right here. I add a tree. Oh, sorry. But I add a little bit more vegetation and whatnot. But then I add a tree right here in between the bridge to kind of like show it as like a support kind of thing. And I thought that looked really good. I hope that they can go through that. I haven't checked. But I thought that looked pretty cool. And then I was like, okay, I gotta rotate this tree around so they're not inside each other. You know, it doesn't matter. They're inside each other no matter what. But this fixes it a little bit, you know? So I did that. I'm like, okay. And then I move this one a little bit so it's further away. And yeah, that was basically it for the vegetation. And then now it's just a couple other things. So I went back, I painted the grass a little bit just to fix it. And then I go and, well, I get another one, Bonobo, because it seems like they need another female. So I do that. Which, okay, I did send her to the zoo right away, okay. She's not there yet because I did everything paused. But, and then, yeah, I'm calling a keeper and a vet and a mechanic all to this enclosure because there's animals getting diseases. But I go over here and then I build a whole new staff zone because we're going to keep expanding the zoo out in this direction. So we're going to need a new staff zone anyway. And this just felt like a good part. Plus, the plaza is going to be right here, so I think it's good to have a staff room and stuff kind of close to the plaza. That way our vendors aren't walking so far to take breaks and stuff later. So, I did this all real quick. Just a real quick thing. I don't know how to build buildings good, so that's why I ended up just slapping these down real quick. They look good anyway. The zoo, the behind the scenes section don't have to look great, you know? Just where the visitors are has to look good. So we do that. Just add a couple of buildings. Not everything, but most stuff. And we call it a day. Add in a whole set of new staff. Just so that everyone's new for this staff zone. That way I'm not cannibalizing some of the other staff zones. Oh god. Got a little bit of gas building up. I got burps. But so I'm adding everything to the new work zone, and then I'm adding all the people to the new work zone, and then I go through and I upgrade every single staff member that I can for all zones. It might. Sorry. God, I keep yawning and fucking burping and shit. But, so I upgrade everyone in all the staff zones. It might eat into our profits quite a bit, but I mean, look at how much money we have, and it keeps going up, so I'm not too worried about it. But I went through, did that. And yeah, I mean, it's basically it. Other than the education, which we'll see right now. But I just went through, leveled up everyone, like I said, just so zoo's working more efficiently. Hopefully the enclosures are staying clean and our animals are staying happy and healthy. Because I definitely am overstaffed for the size of the zoo and the amount of people I have for each different job. I'm definitely overstaffed in some cases, if not all cases. But so I go through, add the education, which is like 2 TVs and a couple speakers, or 3 TVs, something like that. It's not many TVs, I know that. I think it legit might just be these 2. No, it's 3, okay. But legit 3 TVs and like 3 or 4 speakers. I was gonna move the bench this way to the edge of the enclosure. Then I saw that I put a bench further down, so I was like, okay, we'll just leave this right here. It'll be fine. And then, yeah, we just go through, we do the speakers real quick, and that's that. So let's go take a closer look at the enclosure and talk about what we're going to do next episode. Alright, and this is the enclosure. It's fairly simplistic, but I think it looks really good. Again, I really like this whole climbing section right here. I like what I did with it. Oh, I did not see that those aren't even connected. But I'm very happy with the way my enclosure turned out for the bonobos. And boom, that looks good. But yeah, again, the enclosure I think looks great. They should be happy. You know, they got a little bit of everything in here. And again, really good climbing structure in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and just add one of these, I guess on this side. And I guess we'll do one in the middle as well. Boom. That looks good. But yeah, so that's the enclosure. It looks really good right here next to the orangutans and the tapir. It all flows together perfectly. So right here will be the gorillas. They will probably take up from this corner all the way over like that. And then we're going to have the chimpanzees go from right here to a decent amount of the way that way, if not the whole way. We'll see what happens. We might have a path right here to the plaza. You know, maybe. We'll see. But so right now the plan is to do gorillas next, which that's going to be rough actually. Doing the gorillas next because I didn't even look to see if there's any. So I don't know how much these guys are going to be, if I can even find any. Because as you can see right now, there's none for sale. Yeah, so that's something. There's none for sale. Fuck. And last time I looked for chimpanzees, I couldn't find any either. Let's see. Chimpanzees are down here as well. So I can find chimpanzees. I don't have enough money for any of them, but I can find them. Let me think. So maybe next episode we go and do... I kind of need animals to breed, but I haven't been letting anything play. So maybe next episode... what were we gonna fill in right here with? I was gonna do a little animal, right? Shit, what was I gonna fill in right here? We need a little Asian animal to fill in right there. We'll do those next, whatever they are. Let's see. Asia. We will do the... I don't know what I was gonna do right there. I know I was gonna do something. What if we do... Okay, how about this? How about next episode, we go and do this deer. Can it share with stuff? European fallow deer. These monkeys can share with all those. Can you share with anything? No. Actually, we'll do these guys next. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do a couple of these. Yeah, I could buy these outright with money. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do these guys. So, so there's decent females on here, nothing crazy. We'll go ahead and get this one and that one. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this male for now. Hopefully a better male comes along. Because yeah, we can have up to 4 females, so we'll start with 2 females and 1 male and go from there. But so we'll do those guys next episode because it doesn't seem like they need a lot and they look really cool. So we'll do that. And then by then, hopefully I can get a gorilla or a chimpanzee. And we could, well actually, I mean we could even build the gorilla enclosure. Well no, I kind of need at least 1 gorilla. And I don't know when we'll ever see a gorilla, so... Because I think every single time I've looked for a gorilla, I have not been able to find one. So I might have to spend like a couple hours on here just letting the game play so animals can breed and I can get conservation credits. And then just keep checking this market every now and again. Why did I put a moose in here? Why the fuck did I put a moose in here? Well, I just posted them, so I don't know why I put the moose in here. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, that's it for right now. Like I said, next episode we'll do those little guys so they could fill in this section. Um, and then we'll see where we're at with the chimpanzees and the gorillas. If I can't get them or anything by then, we'll just go and do this sign real quick. And then I guess we could start building the plaza over here and go from there and just keep expanding. But yeah, that's basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys want to see on the channel in the future. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Stay safe out there, and peace out, guys.